This is the February state of the game for Magic Arena here. I think I'm gonna skip over. Skip over watching this Magic World Championship teaser video. If you want to watch that on your own, you can, but it's not like super relevant to the state of the game, at least for most of us. To support the draft portion of the event, we've added an option for players to direct challenge each other in a limited tournament match that will follow the same rules for best of 3. Players have the option to choose 40 card decks as one option for direct challenge, where you can play around with options like timers and who goes first. Hey, that's great. We talked about this, so it's awkward that they have to draft out of client, but this feature that they have to add because of drafting out of client for the World Championships actually opens us up to some neat things. So what this will allow you to do is you can technically do drafts with your friends now outside of client, and then as long as you have the cards in your collection, you can challenge each other to matches. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a third-party Cube website pop up with a Cube from Just Cards in the current format, or in the current client, where you build a cube with those, then you draft them in your web browser or a third-party application, and then you import them and you can play your matches on Arena. So this workaround that they're having to do because the client doesn't support in-client drafting yet actually enables third parties to add other features to the game that I think players will be able to use and enjoy. So that's nice. Yeah, you can draft on DraftSim and then play on Arena is exactly correct. All right, we've added the option to easily export your decks from limited events. Sure. Okay, sure. So the idea for this too is you can draft or sealed in here, export it, and then play with friends too. That's good. That is a good addition. They gave us a feature from something that's otherwise not great. While tuning into the World Championships, you can also be your champion MTG Arena, metaphorically speaking. We will be hosting the World's XXVI Showcase, which will let you play best of 1 arena matches using the deck list submitted by the 16 players competing in Worlds. This is phenomenal. This is very, very good. And Wizards of the Coast, wherever you're out there, if you're listening, something like this should always be available. You should always have a queue where players can sample good established decks without spending money, because Magic is one of the best games ever made, and if you give players a taste of what playing sweet, real constructed decks is like, they will want to give you money so they can build and tune and test those decks on their own. Things like this are good. I think one of the things Wizards misses on a lot of the time is they don't understand that by giving players a little bit of something, they potentially stand to make more money. Bovine Intervention, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Yeah, the first bump should be free. You should give the players a little sample of what it's like, and then they'll want to spend you money instead of nickeling and diming them up front, assuming they know what the experience is like. You want to give them a taste of the experience so then they're willing to pay more for that experience. Yeah, similar to the rotating decks in Mythgard. You could even lock them into their own queue like this, where you can only play queue decks against other queue decks. But something like this should always be available in client. It is a fantastic thing for the game. It will get new players into Constructed in a good way. Hey, look at that. We've got extra basics. That sounds great. People have been asking for these. They're only going to cost 3K gold, chat. That's so cheap. These basics aren't really my cup of tea. I like the full art basics I'm already using, but a lot of people have been asking about these, so I'm glad they're adding them. Festival of the Gods. For the remaining showcase cards, we're taking a page from the Eldraine Storybook. So be able to get showcase cards for these, sure. Off of Standard, Artisan, Giant, different wacky formats. Sure. Hey, look, they're supporting Historic Brawl. That's neat. Introducing the Workshop series. We're looking to expand the types of events we offer that don't require entry fees. Yay! I don't even know what I'm about to read, but that first sentence is great. Good job. You're learning. Take feedback. For the February game update, here's a break shop of the workshop events we'll be featuring. Power and Glory Brawl. If you're new to the format, we'll be providing a couple of decks for you to try out before Wednesday rolls around, or for you to head over to the guild hall. Heroes of Theros. Play with limited decks drafted by other players who managed to earn 7x record in their event. Have you ever asked yourself what a good draft deck looks like? If so, this is the workshop for you. Yeah, this is phenomenal. Both of these are fantastic. Play standard constructed with decks perfectly designed, a little off meta. They'll never top 8 a Mythic Championship, but we'll love them anyways. Yeah, all of these sound wonderful. These are all good. These are all good changes. Look at that. Changes to ranked draft. I don't care about that. You can read it. Ranked draft. I don't draft, so I don't really have opinions on things related to draft. You shouldn't have opinions about things that don't impact you. An assortment of new events, like the return of the Brawlers Guild Hall, changes to ranked draft availability. We're looking and taking a look at expanding format offerings. We want to keep the conversation going with how we plan events and play queues, including availability and costs. Oh, this is an AMA. So give a chance, everyone. Okay, so you're going to be able to ask questions. Sure. Yeah, this is a good update. You have basics people were looking for. I think that's a typo. Oh, ask me almost anything? Is that what it stands for? Ask me almost anything? Sure. Sure, that makes sense. I assumed it was a typo. Ask me almost anything makes sense. Yeah, it seems like a good change overall. Like I said, I would really encourage anybody from Wizards, if you're out there listening to this liability for whatever reason, this is something that should always be available. There should always be some, maybe not necessarily the World's deck list, but some type of set or on rotation out there where players can always sample good constructed decks for free without owning the cards. Aeonius, thank you for the 2/3 of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right. I'm going to go ahead and hit a quick ad roll.